Depression might make you feel alone, but you don't actually have to be alone. Somebody who's depressed might want to isolate themselves. They might feel like a burden or an unpresentable mess. They might not even have the energy to ask for help or socialize. We all need time to ourselves, but there is such a thing as taking it too far. It's impossible to not need other people in your life in some shape or form. Human beings are inherently social creatures. We depend on each other in many ways, including fending off loneliness. The people supporting you should respect your boundaries, but you also shouldn't push them away. They care about you. Welcome to Games for Healing, the web series where we look at games that deal with themes of mental health, life struggles, and life lessons. Indygo is a game about depression and the purposeful isolation that it causes some people to embrace. What I like most about the game isn't even the game itself, it's the disclaimers at the beginning and the information about depression that you can read from the main menu. It's made clear that you shouldn't play a game like this if you're in a state of heavy vulnerability to the subject matter. It also recommends that you play the game during the day. I love this advice because for someone who's depressed, lonely, or sad, nighttime is often without a doubt the hardest part of each 24 hours. At night things are quiet and there's less to keep us busy. Our thoughts are easier to hear and can begin to race. The world feels darker and colder. You might feel agitated. If you haven't been getting enough sleep or your circadian rhythm gets messed up, that can have some pretty negative effects on your mood. That's not even counting the depression on top of that. It's also pointed out that the representation of mental illness in the game does not represent all individuals who battle it. This is very important. This is just the story of one individual fictional person, an experience created by the developers which we can observe and learn from. You might not relate to it, and that's okay. Indygo was developed by Pigmentum Game Studio and released in 2017. You can find it on PC and Nintendo Switch. Don't bother playing it on Switch, I'll get to why later. This short experience is a point-and-click game where you play as a depressed painter named Tom who has become incredibly reclusive. The whole thing will take place inside his painting workshop. This man refuses to leave or talk to anybody face to face. He has a girlfriend named Anne who takes care of him during his depression, and their relationship has become strained due to it. You'll be communicating with her through letters. You'll also be communicating with a doctor through letters if you take Anne's advice to get help. There will be dialogue choices to make and some very basic point-and-click puzzles to solve. All of your time will be spent searching around the painting workshop. The art style is dark and sketchy looking. I think it looks nice, but from a gameplay perspective it can be hindering sometimes. As a point-and-click game, a lot of the visuals kind of blend together. There are many small things that I had to click on that I never would have found without using hints. If you press the hint button, the next thing you're supposed to click on will start glowing. The hint button will then need to recharge before you can use it again. I was constantly using this because aimlessly searching around with no idea where to find things got old pretty quickly. The main reason that it got old quickly was because I was playing on Nintendo Switch. On PC, your cursor moves with your mouse, so it's as fast or as slow as you want it to be. On Switch in docked mode, the cursor moves with your analog stick and moves at this locked speed. It's so slow. An option to adjust cursor speed would have gone a long way. The snail's pace of the Switch version, combined with the endlessly droning soundtrack and bleak atmosphere, made playing it a chore. I did like the music at first, it at least suits the atmosphere. The game soft locked on me twice. One time when I opened up a book to write a phone number, but I didn't pick up a pencil from a drawer first. It wouldn't let me leave the book, so I was trapped. Another time, the inventory randomly wouldn't open anymore, so I was unable to progress. I started a new game and the inventory still wouldn't open. I had to reset the software. The game features optional narration in Polish. It's safe to assume that all of the text was translated from Polish. Sadly, it seems that the script could have used some proofreading. I came across plenty of spelling and grammar mistakes. I felt like a teacher grading a paper. The text just needed a bit more time in the oven. The best that I can say about Indygo is that I appreciate the good intentions behind it. It attempts to show what depression can feel like and shows you what some healthy choices are. Indygo has multiple endings. The best ones are achieved by doing things like seeking help, routinely taking medication, doing good deeds, and being social. I beat the game twice. It's super short, but it was made artificially longer due to the cursor moving like a snail. The first ending I got saw Tom looking towards a brighter future. His girlfriend left him, but he's on a path of healing. The second ending also saw him being filled with hope. He never mentioned his girlfriend leaving this time, so I guess she stayed. I'd compare Indygo to Depression Quest. Both are games about depression. Both are experiences that I would not consider good games. Both feature a main character with a girlfriend that can be lost, multiple endings, and healthy choices to make like medicating regularly. Both also feature dialogue options that the games won't let you choose. I think that Indygo puts far more effort into being a game than Depression Quest does. Depression Quest is so short and easy that I didn't mind playing it. Indygo does more but fumbles the execution. At the very least, I appreciate the good intentions of both games. Both could have used more effort, that's for sure. I think that people who are depressed and people that want to learn about depression deserve high-quality media on the subject. I'd only recommend playing Indygo if you play it on PC and if you think you can handle the subject matter. I got no enjoyment from it on any level, but maybe you'll be able to get something out of it. I wish I had more good things to say about it. I'm just trying to be honest. The technical issues and typos just killed the artistry for me. The best thing it has going for it are those disclaimers at the beginning and the information about depression that you can read. The sound design is pretty neat. I like how everything you click on has its own sound. It's great when point-and-click games do that. Much like the main character, I felt trapped and isolated inside of the painting workshop. It wasn't a creative decision, it was because of the slow cursor speed. I could have played with the Switch's touchscreen, but then I wouldn't have been able to record the gameplay footage. The Switch port needed extra effort. If you're currently battling depression, this is probably a game to not bother with. If you're interested in media that tackles this subject matter, Indygo is flawed, but you might be able to learn something from it. The game doesn't cost much and it doesn't go on for very long. It shouldn't hurt to give it a try. I'm thankful for the developer's attempt. It seems to have good intentions, and I'm sure the creators put a lot of their own feelings into it. It's in the lowest tier of depression-related games, along with titles like Depression Quest and Actual Sunlight. If you want to play a game from the highest tier, Celeste is right there waiting for you with open arms. I wish you all the best. Until next time, I'll see you later. Stay strong out there.